Hi guys, this is Lilacspectrum here to do another book review, and I'm in my room and I'm kind of on shaky ground, and I'm sorry for the quality of this video, but it just happened that I finished the book. I wasn't really expecting to finish it as quickly as I did, and now I'm trying to record a video for it before I go to my mom's house and before I try to upload videos. By the time you see this probably won't matter, but I've got 3 videos to try to upload in this weekend. It is Christmas weekend. I'm going to be working really hard to keep on a schedule. That's Ava's cage right there and a candle. And then, of course, posters on the wall that my sister had up that I just was too lazy to take down. So, whatever. So, sorry if this video is shaky. Sorry if the quality sucks. Sorry if anything is wrong with this video. But I just really got excited about this book, and I wanted to review it for you guys. So, we're going to talk about this book. It's called The Evolution of Mara Dyer. Mara Dyer? Did I say that wrong the first time? I'm not even sure. Now, of course, this is the second book in the Mara Dyer series, the trilogy. This is volume 2. It's a lot bigger than the first one, I think. I really want to say the first one wasn't as big as this. So, first we're going to talk about just my opinion on the cover. Now, I don't know if I said this in the first one. I really need to go back and watch the first one. But these covers are absolutely gorgeous. I love these covers, and I actually got a sneak peek of the third book, just because I was looking on Goodreads so I could rate them or whatever, and it's so pretty. Like, the third one is absolutely gorgeous as well, but this one's pretty. Whoa, this one's pretty too. You can see her and him, a girl and a guy on the front, like underwater. Now, before I go any further, because I was supposed to say this at the beginning, but I screwed up. But this video may contain spoilers. I'm gonna try not to spoil too much about this book. But sometimes you just start talking about stuff and it happens. So I'm trying not to spoil things for you guys, but just in case I do, this video may or may not contain spoilers. I don't want to say it won't, because it probably will. So if you're okay with spoilers, you can stay and continue watching. I mean, I can't stop you from watching this video, whether you like them or not, but there may be spoilers, so if you have a problem with that, click off. I will leave a link to the first book review down below, so you can check that out and know what the name of it is and all that, so that you can decide when you want to read it, or if you want to see the first one, my opinions on the first one, because a lot of the stuff I say about the second one will be kind of repeats of the first one, because I did not like this book. You know, I loved it. So a lot of the things I say are kind of repeats, but there are still a little bit more in-depth details that I felt about the first one on the first video. So go check that out. I'll leave it below. You can click it and come back to this video if you'd like. So the first book, of course, I'm not going to go too much further into, but this book is just kind of like a continuation. Of course, we start right where we leave off, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to talk about the book number, the page numbers. Page numbers, there are 60 something chapters. I want to say like 68 chapters in this book. 527 pages in this version. There's always going to be, I think, 67, but page numbers may change. So 527 pages is a lot. That's a lot of pages. But it's not that bad when you sit and you get into it. So don't let that fool you. Don't get so caught up with the page number that you don't read it just because of page number. The book is absolutely great. Like, basically, in this book, we find out a little bit more about her powers, as well as Noah's powers and some other people's powers that I'm not going to tell you about because of different things. I felt like the writing was done very well, because I started to feel like I connected to Mara a little bit more, and like I said, go back to the first video and you'll see what I said about that, but I just feel like I connected to Mara a little bit better, just because she was written in a way, the character was written with the dialogues that felt realistic. Like, you know, you think something and then you automatically say it, and to some extent it seems like it would be annoying, and at first it was, but as I went through the story, it kind of made me feel like she's not lying to me, because like some of these books you read where it's kind of one of these stories where you're not sure what's going to happen with it. It's interesting because sometimes the character could be lying to you, and you don't even know it until like the very last page of the whole series or whatever. That makes me mad. So I feel like Mara, I could connect with her a little bit better. I don't know what changed, but I feel like I connected with Mara a little bit better, and I connected with Noah a little bit better. I ended up liking him a lot more, which I think I liked him a little bit better in the first one just because he was kind of dark and mysterious and dangerous, but I feel like he kind of calmed down a little bit in this book, but he's not completely calm. Like, you know, I don't know, maybe that's just me. But I did enjoy this book. It was so good. I have been recommending it to several of my friends lately, like the first one, and they keep saying, "Why do you recommend that?" And I just have to I'm like, "Oh, it's so good. You need to read it." So there was a lot of pages, but I felt like it was enough, and I'm pretty excited. You find out what's happening with Jude, which of course I'm not going to go into because I don't want to say what's happening, because some people don't want to know. They want to read it for themselves. And that's why I always say, read your book and then come back if you want to discuss it. But it's so good. Oh my gosh. I kind of figured out, I was reading it last night. I read maybe 2 hours worth of the book, and I had 140 something pages left, maybe 200 pages, and I read that amount last night, and I got into it and just kept reading, and I kind of expected what happened with Jude to happen. I don't know, I kind of guessed at that. I was reading it and I was saying, well, he didn't die in the building collapse. Why didn't he die in the building collapse? Maybe he has something that, I'm just going to say it, maybe he has both of their powers. And in a way, he kind of does. So it was interesting because I kind of guessed that. And I said, maybe. But I wasn't committed to it quite yet until I read it and saw that, yeah, that's what they think. This was a very interesting story. I always ask the question with these kind of stories, where are the parents? Because some of the stuff that happened to Mara could have been, fixed if her parents had just been more, I don't know, I feel like the parents just weren't as involved as they probably should have been. My parents would never let me go off somewhere without at least checking in on me every single day. Just would not, it would not happen. Yeah, that's just my parents. But overall, it was a good book. I don't want to say too much more about, the story and the plot line, other than those things. I'll read the inside flap. Mara Dyer once believed that she could run from her past. She can't. She used to think her problems were all in her head. They aren't. She couldn't imagine that after everything she's been through, the boy she loves would still be keeping secrets. She's wrong. In this gripping sequel to the unbecoming of Mara Dyer, the truth evolves and choices prove deadly. What will become of Mara Dyer next? But it was such a good book, guys. I was gonna see if maybe there's a summary. Mara Dyer continues to unravel the mystery of her powers and her relationships with Noah. So, there's a lot of Noah and Mara action. There's a lot of explanation. There's a lot of background story covered in this one. I don't know. I feel like the foundation was laid a little bit better. You always think in a trilogy, you're gonna read the first one, and that's where your foundation comes from. The second one just kind of slightly builds up. Third one, and there's this huge plateau of big thing happens, and then we kind of fix it. Kind of. Most of the time, that's how a trilogy works. There's a small foundation at the beginning, and then the second one, it kind of builds up. There's some stuff brewing. There might be a few things that actually happen. And the third one, you're at this top of the hill, and you kind of go slowly coast down, or fast, or however they go down. It's like a big hill. Small, and then it gets bigger, and then you go down. That's usually how the story goes, but I feel like in this one we started out small and then we came up, and then maybe we're gonna go down like that, so it's gonna be slightly different. There was still a little bit built on, but I felt like we got more background information in this one than we did in the first one. She finds out more about her grandmother. He finds out more about his mother and grandmother. I think all that stuff kind of opens their eyes to what's happening to them. She finds out more stuff about her friends. So I think it was a really good story. So I would recommend it to anybody who enjoyed the first one. So I'm going to go out and get the third one as soon as I can. So I don't know when that'll be. But anyway, so that's all I have about this book. You can find all my social medias below, as usual. And I will leave the link to the first video as well so that you guys can check that out. So if you like this book, or if you like the first one and are going to read this book, leave a comment. Tell me how you think about it. I'm pretty excited to get the next one. I think the next one's called The Retribution of Dyer or something like that, and I'm pretty excited about it. So as soon as my library opens, we'll go get it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye!